this comes up. So if I'm in a wheelchair, it's a very simple thing. What we did was we joined another NGO which does a lot of work on disability. So what we were telling them is that I'm not a engineer. You make a concrete footpath or a gold footpath, I will not know the difference. Yeah? All I know is, can I walk or not? So what we told them is, you run your wheelchair. So when corporation does a footpath, they come and run their wheelchair and a blind person goes and checks. Because no matter how many designs you give, the contractor does something like this. For example, there's a tree here. When there's a tree here, you may want to give a bulb out so people can walk around the tree. Yeah? Even if there's a bulb out, he then goes, keeps a lamppost over there. So when you go like this, you'll see there's a lamppost, there's a tree, and there's an electricity box like this. You have to get down on the road. So in the design it says lamppost should be there, electricity box should be there, but he doesn't do it. My point is, when the contractor is there, when we test it, they can fix it. 6 months later, his contractor won't come back to fix it again. So as soon as the work is done, we get the wheelchair people to test it. Of course, we ourselves walk, and we say, imagine you're holding a 1 meter stick. If I walk like this, can I walk? That's a simple thing. Because some place the tree is like this. You can't make the footpath into the road. Sometimes you may have to bring the footpath a little bit in, a little bit out. Okay, I'll get you into the practical problem also if you're interested. So for example, this is, of course, we standards say this has to be 6 inch. Yeah? But the problem is, stormwater drain people have done some magic. Stormwater is sometimes 6 inch, sometimes it is 1 foot high. So if you are standing like this on the road, the stormwater drain is sometimes, it almost look like a park bench. Some places it's like a park bench there. God knows why they've done it. I don't know. So one of the chief engineers said, sir, please help, because standard says 6 inch. If they look at this thing is already 6 inch, for example. So when we say don't throw your garbage somewhere. So my first question is, what am I supposed to do with it? You haven't given me a dustbin. I can't carry it in my pocket. So let's make it part of the road. So if you put a plastic or a metal, somebody will steal it. So we are saying concrete dustbin. It has to be wheelchair friendly. Ramps at junctions, wherever the road can't come up, we do ramps. Tree grading, I'll show you pictures later. Like I said, there are NGOs which are helping us with tree specification, etc., because some areas you want the tree to go up, some areas you want the tree to go sideways, etc. And many of these trees fall in because we are near the ocean, so there's heavy wind, so you want deep roots, etc., then local native trees. Integration with the stormwater drain, very important. We have given designs for that. Everything is there in City Connect here, they have it. So silt pit, bus stops. So a lot of these places, for example, we have integrated the bus stop design into the system. So if I go back a little bit, here if you see, let's assume this is the bus stop, the footpath actually goes behind the bus stop. Because today if you go to a bus stop and you see 10,000 people standing in a bus stop, I have to go to the road then. Instead we are designing it in such a way that the road, so this detailing is important. And unless you get an architect to do it, obviously corporation, government engineers don't have the time to do this. I mean, they can't sit and do this day in and day. Like I said, I have great sympathy for the corporation engineers. They have a zillion things to do in the whole day. This is the last thing they should be doing it. And not only that, it takes some expertise to figure out, okay, what to do and so on. But believe it or not, it's working. Yeah. Along with this is the parking. So for example, wherever one of the basic principles we have used.
With this kind of alignment, where you are being able to have the buses actually use that.
Two points you may find it interesting here. One, we have not given a bus bay. There's a lot of pressure to do bus bay. Yeah, that's number one. Number two, parking. Yeah, so one of the first principles, one of the big mistakes on Indian road, especially Chennai road, what you will see is that here there is 3 lane, then for some reason there is 2 lane, then there is 1 lane, and then there is 4 lane again. Yeah, and we somehow expect traffic to flow. Okay, so what we are arguing is that you design the other way around. You fix the road width. In fact, one of the most revolutionary thing Chennai Corporation has done with a lot of resistance from other people is they have reduced the carriageway. Believe it or not, reduce the road space. Unless you see pictures, you will not believe it. Like I showed you the other pictures. You come to Chennai, please, I'll show you. Credit goes to the traffic police and more importantly to the corporation. They were under so much pressure because it sounds idiotic. When you have so much traffic, what kind of a fool goes and reduces? That's the question. Full of traffic, you're going and reducing the carriageway. it has exactly the positive effect. I'll tell you why. So like I said, the carriageway is like this in our country. Yeah. So when the bike guy, he's going, we are supposed to be disciplined. Yeah. But how can I be disciplined? Because you've given me, I'm sitting behind some car is slowly going. Moment I get a third lane, I'm going to do that. No. You have to do it. Otherwise you are something wrong with you. You know. What kind of a person keeps going behind at 5 kilometers an hour? You know, come on. You have to suppose be patriotic but not foolish. You know. No, simple. So what we said was carriageway will be decided based on some traffic. So we said instead of 3.5 meter, of course police will come running saying, sir, 3.5 meter, IRC 3.5 meter. We said 3.5 meter is for the highway. When you want a vehicle to go at 80 kilometers an hour, then you give 3.5. Because 50-60% of our traffic is bikes. So imagine if I'm a bike, what is the point of giving me 3.5 meters thing? So I will do like this. A Maruti, a small car does like this. Why? Because you've given him space. So I always joke, we give a football field and say do whatever you want and then we complain. Sir, look at him, he's not disciplined, he's not disciplined. So instead what we are saying is, you design constant carriageway. The only place where the carriageway goes in and out is at the junctions. Maybe you may want to give a left lane. Yeah. So if you can see this, let's assume there is 2 lane. Some places you may have to give 3 lane, depending on the thing. Some places without the median, there may be only 2 lanes. Like that Conrad Smith road I showed you. This road. See, when the footpath wasn't there, people are actually walking here. And here's another interesting thing you can observe. Look at the soil. What does the soil tell you? There is no traffic. So when we should to show the police, yeah, the road is huge, but soil is here. Why? Because the footpath is unusable. So which means I am walking here, or maybe the car is parked here. So I am walking here. The cycle guy is here. So, and on the other side the same thing. So basically for the bus and car you have only this space. So why don't you optimize, make sure the footpath is good. By putting footpath there, you are pushing all these people there. You are segregating high speed from low speed, and it works exactly like theory. You go stand in any of these places, 99% of the people on the footpath, rest are in the road, they are going steadily. Think about it this way, yeah? If you don't do that, like in this road itself, people used to walk here, from here to here. So imagine, neither can you go fast because there is somebody in front of you. Even worse, you are putting the pedestrian at risk. And every year, people are dying. I mean, more and more and more people are dying. In this, when the work was just finishing, it was so beautiful to watch a guy without 1 foot. He's on the footpath. The mother and son is on the footpath. Old people are on the footpath. Rich people, poor people, Hindu, Muslim, everybody's on the footpath. Why? Because it's convenient. So that's what I'm trying to argue. You know, we don't need to teach Indians how to walk on a footpath. You give people good footpath, 99% walks. That one guy walks on the road, catch him, punish him. You know, today is the other way around. Yeah, one poor guy walks on the footpath, 99 is walking on the road. Who are you going to catch? You know. So anyway, so this is old photograph, by the way. You know, and just to give you some practicality, this guy has been sitting here forever. He's not a new guy. Yeah. So there is always that tension. Why don't you remove him? Why don't you ask the corporation to remove him? Our point is that most of this is compromise. This is not exact science. You know, this is not like cutting diamond or something. Our principle, we kept it very simple. Wherever there is walking space, on the side if a vendor comes, okay, you know, if he's sitting here, he has to go. Point is, the footpath is for walking. And in the urban design, my question always is that just because we don't know how to design roads, why are you punishing that guy? You know, you can easily have designed him. I mean, there is no God rule that says everything has to be for car. There is also for some guy like this. So for example, these are bike slots, which is already done. You know, bike slots for the tea shop guy. So we were practical. Police would say don't do that. But on Vanels Road, for example, that where I said it's alcohol and dirty, you will not believe this. This is, I think it's Udayam Theatre. No, Albert, I think. If you go that side, you will see hundreds of bikes standing in a slot. Because in the footpath, we are given like this, you know, the bulb outs, etc. Just like in the design. Why? Because it's convenient. He's not affecting the traffic. He's not affecting the footpath. he is in the correct slot. Of course, still there are some who in the footpath. I agree. We'll have to catch them, we'll have to punish them. But when you start giving simple infrastructure, people start behaving properly. Yeah.
Common thing I've noticed in Bangalore, so what you did with the gate was phenomenal, right?
Mhm.
I understood the point where you said create like a small ramp of
Mhm,
sorts.
mhm.
But what happens in Bangalore generally is two-wheelers especially use these ramps to get onto the footpath during
True.
high traffic.
True. So what happens? See, here's a good point. Very good point. See, ask yourself this question. Yeah, you're on a bike. Which is easier for you to drive on? A simple road or footpath with people? Which way will you go fast? Road. Yeah. The only reason why you are able to get on the footpath and go is because nobody is on the footpath. See, a guy cannot drive through this, no matter what he does. Very practical. I'm not being idealistic here. We observed this. See, same. In fact, we have seen places like near IIT. During the congestion, the guy drives on the footpath. I agree. Yeah. But the moment people started walking here, it's very inconvenient for him to drive. He'll still try. He'll honk, pee, and all that he'll do. How much can he do? You know? And the only place where he does that, even now, for example, is at the junction. Where you can see there's a junction, he tries to do that. My attitude in this field, because we have done so much, the only reason we have succeeded is, if you can do 80% of the job, do it. In India, we have this problem. I've discovered this through this job. We go and think about the 100th problem, and we are still at 0. You know, people say, sir, no, on that road there is encroachment. You know, I know there is encroachment, so what? Even today, I'm challenging Bangalore people. Yeah, give me enough concrete, I can put footpath in 80% of Bangalore. Is 80% better or 0 better? Yeah. So my point is, and not only that, once you get to 80, some of your other problems seem to disappear. See, for example, you asked about the gate. Yeah. In Ananagar, where all the ex-IAS officers, rich people and all live, they went to the mayor, they were really upset. They were convinced that some idiots are doing this. Big footpath, they're saying vendors will come and sit. I've been opening gate like this for 20 years. Who are you to come and tell me, I get to. Today, if you go there, everybody's breaking their gate and changing the gate. See, earlier the gate at this level you can't open. Yeah, you can open easily. Once the footpath comes up, sometimes it gets stuck. Corporation said, look, this is wheelchair friendly, etc. Sorry, you open the gate inside. Yeah, very difficult. I agree. It's not easy at all. But once people started realizing this is good, people started walking. Its area is improving. Bollards are coming. I mean, they've seen in foreign pictures. And then that day I was walking, inspecting the road. Everybody's got their own carpenter or somebody, hammering away. The gate has come up. No complaints. That's my point. If you get to
cultures are more than Bangalore in Chennai.
Yeah, absolutely. You were talking about the posters.
Yes, yeah, that's a creating
No, again.
the news about the walkers and as well as the city.
But even there only in some places. Wherever the CM goes, they do this cutout.
Kathipara, there was
No, I agree. See,
Karnataka is deciding the place.
that's what I'm saying. Wherever there's a CM issue, there is this thing is there. No, my point is simple. Yeah, if you're at I completely understand what you're saying. See, my point is.
He's showing the cutouts also. In relation to that, I am asking why you are getting one.
What she is saying is correct. That my attitude is simple. Yeah, if out of 100 road, 5 road is got cutout problem, let's fix the 95, and then the pressure is on the corporation to get rid of the cutout. So today the discussion in the paper, there's a lot of discussion. What do you do about the cutout? So we were recommending that you do cutout because it's a political country, democracy, but you do it at 7 feet high. We're not saying don't do cutout. But also one interesting thing is earlier when there was granite, these people will go dig up the granite and put the bamboo. Yeah. Very good question. Thanks for asking. So what we are now doing is we are going to give non-corrosive tubes. Corporation is actually going to go non-corrosive tubes where they can put their bamboo stick. Now you want to ban hoardings, that's your problem. That's a government problem. Yeah. From a design perspective,